Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another magic maker project for hobby hoppers. For those of you who don't know me, hello, my name is Steph. I'm a paper crafter and card maker from Queensland, Australia. This month I'm making 2 Christmas projects for hobby hoppers, and this is my first one. So let's jump right in and I'll show you how I made it. So first up, as always, I'm going to show you the things that I used to make this card. Now some of these things I planned on using but didn't in the end. So there were some puppy things here that I didn't get to use, but the Joy to All, I did use the tree. I used heaps of the stamps out of the Yappy Birthday and the Yappy Birthday add-on. Bar Humbug made an appearance, as it seems to, for all of my Christmas cards. Those little accessories, I just find them to be so helpful. And I went with a little bit of an unusual colour scheme for this one, using the pale orange out of the What's Sewing On paper pad. So what I'm doing here is just stamping out all of my images. As you can see, I've got a couple of puppies, I've got the Christmas tree, and heaps of doggy themed presents. While I'm doing my stamping, I thought now would be the perfect time to stamp the decorations onto my tree, rather than stamping them separately and having to cut them out and then gluing them on. There's plenty of space on this tree to stamp them directly there. So I've got the tennis balls and the little doggy bones, which I thought was just a very cute little addition. And now on to colouring in. So my colour scheme, like I said today, it is a little bit different, but it is still super simple. So I've got my reds and greens for Christmas, and I'm also adding a little bit of some browns, obviously for the doggies, but also to mix with my orange, just to kind of get that peachy colour from the background paper into these other images as well. While these new stamp sets are not Christmas themed, they're all fun, happy, party, summer themed, I thought it would be fun to switch things up a little bit and do some Christmas in July videos, and Trish thought that was also a fantastic idea. We both love our Christmas cards, we both get very inspired by Christmas crafts, and I've been feeling like I've been in a bit of a crafty slump on and off lately, and Christmas things seem to always bring me out of that. I'd love to know if that's the same for you too. There's just something about Christmas crafts that brings out the creative side. You'll notice that I'm not colouring in one of these little doggies completely, and that is because he's going to be tucked behind my Christmas tree a little bit later. I'm also not colouring the little party hat on my doggie in the box because that is going to get snipped, which I always comment, it's like it should be illegal to cut up these adorable lawn fawn images. It just feels so wrong to snip off bits and pieces of these stamped creatures, but his hat is going to get the chop and I'm going to replace it with a bow. So while I'm getting all of this colouring in done, I thought now would be the perfect time to talk about hobby hoppers. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this brand and haven't seen one of my Magic Maker projects before, Hobby Hoppers is a small Melbourne-based Aussie business that I am lucky enough to work with. I get to work with Trish, the owner, long distance unfortunately, but my job is definitely a fun one. I get to make and share such beautiful things with the products that Hobby Hoppers stocks, make videos and show you what you can do with them. So Hobby Hoppers, while they stock a lot of lawn fawn, which is mostly what I show because it's one of my favourite brands, Trish also stocks many other things in her shop. The world's most crazy washi collection, the jelly roll pens that you'll see me use in this video and almost every video that I make, watercolours, hemp cords, a whole range of crafting materials to make cards from scratch. I will leave all of the details for Hobby Hoppers in the description box for this video so that you can check it out for yourself. And now here is that part that feels totally illegal. I've just snipped off this little puppy's party hat. I know it looks a little bit silly for now, but it's going to look adorable when I add that bow. Today I decided not to risk everything, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on now before anything else gets stuck down to this background. All I've done so far is use a large stitched rectangle to cut out my paper, and I'm going in with the All I Want for Christmas Is, and those words are from the Bar Humbug set, and I'm using the Aru from the Yappy Birthday set, which I thought is really cute. So it reads, All I Want for Christmas is Aru. Which sounds ridiculous and feels ridiculous to say, but you got to admit it's very cute. And as you just saw then, I added my double-sided tape now so that I won't crush or damage my dimensional pieces when I stick them on a bit later. I've used a plain piece of brown cardstock for the floor here, and I've just cut that with the stitched rectangle as well so that it sits perfectly over the top. So as I'm placing these things on my card front, I'm going to make sure this little puppy dog is up near that word in the sentiment, so maybe it looks like he's singing it. I actually didn't originally plan to use this little balloon dog as the tree topper where you might place like an angel or a star. Instead, I was just going to put that in the pile of presents down the bottom, but I thought, you know, something's missing at the top of this tree, and when I saw it in my little stash of images that I cut out, I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to look so funny at the top of the tree, so that's what I went with. If you watched my recent unboxing video when these items arrived, you may have heard that this little guy with the banners was a little mischief maker and would probably end up being one of my best friends. And so I'm already putting him to good use. But what I've done here is I've snipped off some of those banners. Again, I'm altering images in this video over and over again. It feels wrong, but I chopped off the banners and I've decided to put them on the tree. So it looks like he's trying to decorate, but he's also getting tangled in the decorations. If I wanted to be really adventurous, I could have stamped little baubles instead and then placed them over the top of the pieces of the banner, but I'm trying to keep this card simple. So I've got some double-sided foam squares here for my presents, the little doggy down the bottom in the box, and that little food bowl too. With the gingerbread in it, of course. There was one with a piece of cake in one of the new sets, but I thought I'll go back and look through my stash. And the Joy to All set had a gingerbread cookie in there, so I thought that was absolutely perfect. The space at the top was looking a little bit bare, so I added some musical notes to one side where that doggy is singing. And then on the other side, I thought this little hat on this puppy just adds the right amount of height. All that was left to do was add this card front to a card base, and there we have it. This Christmas card is complete. I hope you love it as much as I did making it. This was such a fun project. I can't wait to make another Christmas project for Hobby Hoppers, so make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss my Christmas in July videos this month. Don't forget to check out Hobby Hoppers. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.